What's going on, chat? Today we are playing some Teemo. Teemo Tempo, some new brew. Should be interesting. We got some battle tree business going on over here. Game 1. Opponent is on Annie. Opponent will be going first. So let's go ahead and figure out, okay, against Annie we do not want Rebuke, and we probably don't need a Singularity this early in the game. So we'll go ahead and recycle 2 and draw 2. Okay, we have a Rasa, so we can probably get that down. The sooner that we get that down, the better. Yeah. Annie's red purple. Okay, so they play Merchant on 1. Draw 3. I think we'll just play a Teemo from the Chosen Champion zone. Let's go ahead and play a stacked deck here. Oh shit. Yeah, we do want this retreat here. We're gonna take this retreat. We probably should have played stacked deck before anything, but it'll be all right. Let's go ahead and put that in trash. Go ahead. So we do have a retreat to save this Teemo when it eventually, gets removed somehow with a Hextech Ray or something. Opponent sends a Merchant to the Bandle Tree, and Merchant will trigger. Okay, and then they draw. Yes. Ooh, that's pretty good. So they discarded a Flame Chompers to draw a card, and then they have one. They had to pay 1 red power, and they have 1 floating. Ooh, Kaisa in base. Oh boy, what a great start by opponent here. And they will. Oh shit! I think I'm cooked. The opponent's Annie will. Ready 2 runes here. So we have 1 in graveyard currently. So our Teemo is actually it's gonna get us here. We're gonna hope that it can get us here. So we can put this Teemo back in the hand. That is probably not what we want to be doing. We're gonna go ahead and play this stacked deck here. 2, 3. I think we do want a unit. Oh my goodness. We can also put this unit down, put the Teemo back in hand, and put it back down. That seems pretty bad though. We can just have their Kaisa go back to their hand with a Gust. I think we'll take a we can also just, let's go ahead and take this Gust here. So we do have 2 engraved now. So we need 2 up here. Let's go ahead and put this Consult down. And we have 3 runes remaining. They didn't use removal. Let's go ahead and pass the turn back to the opponent so we can Stupefy. Opponent will go ahead and draw. Yep. So they'll move this back. Merchant to grave, draw, discard a Phoenix. It's pretty good. This is very challenging for us, this position here. There's a 4-hand. Oh, let go. Yep. There's 5 cards in hand here. We are sitting on a Void Gate, so we just take a lot of damage here. I think. Let's go ahead and start with a Stupefy. I think let's go ahead and start with a Consult. Okay. We'll draw 2 here. So we do have 3 engraved. Now we can do a few things. Do we want to gust this? I think we are stuck with... we might be stuck gusting the chompers, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and gust the chompers here. And let's go ahead and retreat on this Teemo. And we will channel Rune Exhausted. Yep. And then, wait, one sec. Count to here. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and stupefy this also. And, yeah. Draw. Go, 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 go. So opponent has drawn from Kaisa there. We have 5 runes available. We are not in the best position here. We've fallen a little behind. We can try and catch up with the Rasas here. The problem is getting more to the grave. Okay, so opponent is playing a Jinx, discarding 2 cards here, Scrap Heap and Flame Chompers. Yes, so they'll play the Flame Chompers and the Scrap Heap goes to grave. They'll draw a card. They have 2 runes remaining. They'll play a Vi. Oh boy. And they... oh Jesus. What do we do? Are we just cooked? We can look at playing a Watcher. The Watcher will die for sure. Just 1 card in the grave here. They have a Phoenix, so 2 in grave for Vi. We could... Oh, that's an interesting line here. We could Watcher to this board and accelerate and then put down 2 Teemos. Because how much is in base? Technically 5 plus 3, 2, 6, 8, 11. Technically 11 and then 16. We can't beat that with this, right? Let's go ahead and just play 2 Rasas. 1, 2, 3, 4. And another Rasa. 3, 4. This is going to be a rough game. I'm not sure we can come back. We are drawing not good parts of our deck currently. We have 5 points here. Yep. Okay. They're gonna Merchant. Yep. Draw a card. Discard, draw 2. 1 more. Yep. We can draw 1, right? A Scrap Heap. Yeah. So this is currently exhausted. They have 4 runes available and 6 cards in hand. That's really crazy. We may be able to do something though. Probably not at this point. Opponent plays Jinx Demolitionist, discards another Phoenix and a Flash. Yes, and I have 1, 2, 3 in hand. Okay. Let's go ahead and draw. We can Singularity this turn and put down 2 Teemos and play a Smokescreen. We can do a lot this turn, crazily enough. I'm gonna go ahead and go for Rasa to here, to the Bandle Tree. Opponent plays a Void Seeker. Thinking. If we play Smokescreen, it lives, but we can't defend against Jinx. Okay, trade. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this here. So we now have access to 2 Teemos on that battlefield. Let's go ahead and singularity 4, 5, 6. This and this. This and Jinx. So we'll be taking a Jinx and yes. And then we want to hold up smoke screen. Do we? Okay, we can't play Watcher then. Is that what we're getting to? How much is in base right now? 6 plus 3 plus 4. 13. That's probably going over there. Oh, this is rough. We can just play these 2 Teemos over there and not hold up smoke screen. That's not holding up smoke screen is gonna get us into trouble. We can do 1 and 2. We'll put 2 Teemos down here and pass the turn to the opponent. We do want to hold up this smoke screen here. Yep. So opponent goes to 6 points here. We're gonna need to contest that the turn after. It's gonna be a big problem for us. Opponent plays another Vi with 9 cards in their graveyard. So it didn't matter. Okay, so opponent is at 6 points. I'm gonna go ahead and hold. Jesus. Yeah, we'll play a Ember Monk. We have to play it to base because we will die if they just move everything to there. Let's go ahead and pass the turn to the opponent here. Opponent is at 7 points. So they have a lot of things they can do here. That Vi can get humongous. Fight or flight. Oh, it's pretty good. I'm gonna play a Teemo here. So Teemo will be on that. Ember Monk will be at 6. Probably doesn't matter. 11. Yeah. Game 2. Yeah, you got it. That's pretty good. Too big. Yeah, that Vi is too large. We're gonna need to side in rebukes. We probably want retreats here. We could go for rebuke. And Watcher doesn't seem very good in this matchup, but there's no way that it's bad. Smokescreen also looks good, so does Singularity. The problem is that they have so much card advantage, this deck. I guess Retreat's not that important. Not sure. I actually don't think we need... We probably only need 1, right? But we do need this additional retreat. I'm gonna try taking out both Watchers here. I think the Watchers just felt so unnecessary. I could be very wrong here. We'll go ahead and put a fortified position on here. Let's going first. opponent has an arena's greatest. And I have a fortified position. We probably don't want these Teemos here. And one smoke screen is probably... No, we can keep one Teemo. We just don't need this smoke screen, I think. Okay, so we'll do 2. And then... okay. We will be going first. Let's go ahead and put our traveling merchant down and pass the turn to the opponent. Opponent plays a flame chompers and passes the turn. Okay. We'll take our turn here. Let's go ahead and start with... It's a good question. If we put down a fight or flight, the opponent will... Okay, the opponent can't move into this fortified position. Let's go ahead and... We do have a fight or flight, so we can probably leave this rebuke in the hand. We can get rid of this rebuke. So I'm going to discard a rebuke and draw. Get 1 point here. Now we probably should just put this Teemo down, but it's not completely necessary. It's probably necessary because the opponent can just get rid of that. Now we also can consider putting this Teemo down to try and take this point. If we take that, we can play fight or flight, and then I think we'll pass for now. That feels weird, but it's fine. I think we might have also just maybe we should have no we could have also just played a hard play consult and then use an energy to use a power to put a hidden Teemo down, but I think that's not necessary here. So if they try to remove this merchant, we will have a Teemo here. Opponent plays a Void Seeker here. So let's go ahead and save that. So we're going to flip this Teemo here, and then we will retreat this. Yeah, and the opponent will draw, but we will channel a rune Exhausted. Opponent moves their chompers to the arena's greatest and gets a point there. And opponent plays a scrap heap to the board to draw, and then turn pass. Okay, so we will go ahead and get our point here. So now the question is, how do we want to proceed here? I do think we want to play a merchant in the base. Yeah, let's go ahead, play a merchant to base here. We want to use this consult underneath this Teemo. We want to replace that with a unit at some point, but it's probably not in the cards for us. We will just go ahead and pass the turn back to the opponent here. Yeah, opponent is at 3 points. We're both in a holding pattern. This game will be going on for a handful of turns because we're both just merely scoring 1 point a turn. Opponent will have difficulty attacking into this Teemo. If they try and attack into it with an accelerated Kaisa, could have problems. Phoenix and Chompers. Wait. Yes. Okay. The opponent plays Immortal Phoenix and Flame Chompers. Okay. Now they're trying to see whether they're supposed to go back to base. Okay. They are not. So we will ready here and go to 4 points. So we can move our merchant here and then pick up the Teemo, right? I'm gonna probably do that. I'm gonna actually just start by drawing a card, or drawing 2 here. Okay. That's a pretty good spot to be. We have drawn a Rasa here. We have 3. We can go ahead and singularity these 2. And then start putting down hidden cards on both sides. That would be pretty good. And we can go ahead and get rid of this smoke screen, I think. We'll have a lot there. Okay, let's go ahead and singularity. We're gonna target Chompers and Phoenix here. So let's go pay 6 and 2 power here. So singularity, we're at 4 in the grave. Let me think here. Let's go ahead and move this merchant. Trigger. We will discard and draw. And we will get the 5th point here. Now we have probably two hidden cards that we want to use here. So I think we want to go with the fight or flight on this merchant. Well, maybe we start with a stacked deck. Let's go ahead and start with a stacked deck here. We're gonna take another Rasa. We're gonna give them problems in the following turns. So shuffle bottom. We are at 5, 6 now. This is going to be a lot of cards the opponent needs to deal with. Let's go ahead and put down another Teemo. We can put it down here to the merchant, and we'll put down. Oh, sorry. We'll put it down there, and then we'll put this one here. And then we'll pass the turn back to the opponent. So opponent has 3 points, 5 on board. We have 2 Rasas coming next turn, which should be difficult for Annie to clear. Go ahead and see. We'll go and play this Teemo here. And this Teemo goes back to base. So now the opponent needs to think a little bit about how they want to proceed with this next turn. Okay. So they could have a Kaisa here. So if we send this back, we can also just send it back to our base, right? Because we're in a pretty good spot here. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So we'll move that, and then the merchant will trigger, and then we'll get a student, discard, and draw. You take. So they will be at 4 points now. We do have a Teemo on this fortified position. That'll be 6 points. I think we will just cycle these Teemos in, put it back to hand, put Teemo back. Opponent will be playing a Draven. Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead and ready. So we'll get our point for holding. This Teemo will be a 1. I think we will just put the Teemo back on here and play 2 Rasas from the hand. Yeah. Okay, so we will. Let's go ahead and we will use this to put this back in our hand, and then let's shuffle this, and then we'll go ahead and put Teemo back down here. Now one thing we can do is discard a card, but I don't think we care that much about that. We actually can also just play Amber Monk to here. And we could play Merchant to this fortified position also. I think that's fine. The biggest problem there is, would we discard this Amber Monk for that? I actually don't think so. We can play 2, 4, 6. We don't want to do that. That's the biggest problem. We could Firefly and go 7 there and make it near impossible to take one battlefield. This can go, yeah, actually, that might actually be good. We can go here. We'll go Rebuke. This back in the hand. Let's go ahead and fight or flight this Chompers here. And Merchant trigger. Let's go ahead and discard to draw. Merchant, good. Get 7 point. So now these are free. We can also play a Merchant in base. We don't necessarily need to. We're gonna play Sunder there, and we'll play a Merchant to the fortified position. We'll play another Sunderer to the arena's greatest and just pass the turn to the opponent. I think we can hold here. Okay, we will win this game. Okay, we will be going to game 3. Whew. Tough games. You know, we don't really need Watcher. We just need to bounce that Draven, right? So turn to deck, and they're too aggressive. Okay. Yeah, so opponent is going first. We're both playing Zon Warrens. Fascinating. So this is our opening hand. I think we want to send back, honestly, both Amber Monks. It's too slow. Yeah, let's go ahead and send 2 Amber Monks. Actually, I haven't seen them play Hextech Ray. I'm okay with keeping 1. Let's go ahead and keep 1. Ready. Opponent plays a Merchant. Okay. So we'll go ahead and play a stacked deck here. I think we do want the Rasa. We can get there. I'm pretty certain we can get to Rasa. We would want to retreat, but you know, it is what it is. Let's just move my hand, and then we'll play a Merchant and pass the turn back to the opponent. So the opponent has the same turns, but yep, an opponent will play a Scrap Heap, the Merchant, yep, and then they'll score a point, and then they'll draw, and play a Flame Chompers to, yep. What? Oh, Zon Warrens, I see. Okay. Yes, they discarded the Chompers to Zon Warrens, draw a card. Yep, okay. And then they were playing it to that battlefield there. Then they are accelerating a Jinx. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yep. Oh boy. I think I'm dead. I'm not dead yet. Wow. Crazy turn. So we can fight or flight here. Yeah, we're gonna need to. And if they have a Hextech Ray, the game kind of just ends. But oh, if we fight or flight, we can't play the Amber Monk to that battlefield. And she is assault 2. She is 6. Wow. She just swings for 6 like that. Can we build the board here? We have 1 in... Man. Yeah, maybe this Ember Monk was too slow. So if the Jinx goes back, she swings for 6. We just need to play this Ember Monk and pass. It feels so bad. We can also go and move this merchant in here. Move the merchant. Trade with the merchant. If we trade with the merchant, we can get rid of one of these cards. Draw. Amber Monk has to come back to base 2. I think we're stuck playing Amber Monk and passing the turn. This is very bad. But we're just going second is really painful, especially with a start like this. Opponent moves Jinx and everything back. And they discard Kaisa to draw. Yeah, this is pretty scary. Because now their Jinx can attack for 6. Okay, this is actually... They have 3 up. They could have Void Seeker, right? Is that what the thought process is? They Void Seeker... We probably do want to just put a merchant down on somewhere, right? We'll discard this Teemo in hand. I'm gonna go ahead and merchant here. So I will discard Teemo. Draw. Okay. So we'll get a point. And then trigger. Okay, we actually want to get rid of this gust because we just don't need it. Now let's go. We can go ahead and move this Ember Monk to this Zon Warrens, and then we can play. Do we play another Ember Monk here? No, we need to play an Ember Monk in base. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we play a consult to that Zon Warrens and pass the turn to the opponent. We'll have Fight or Flight as backup here. We have three cards in the graveyard currently. Opponent will 6. Okay, let's see how opponent deals with this situation here. There's a lot of things that can happen. Yep. Opponent will discard a Kaisa to draw, and then they'll get their point, 5th point here. I think the opponent will win. Opponent will discard to Warrens a Vi. Very good. They have 2 runes here. Rage. Is this a Falling Star? Twice. Ember Monk. I think. Yep. Play a card from Hidden. Yep. That'll die. Opponent will play Jinx and Flame Chompers to this battlefield. Now I've got to consider, I'm gonna consult here. So we'll draw 2. Okay, that's interesting. So we can actually take 1 with us. We'll stupefy the Chompers here. And we are at 6. Yep. So trade here. get 6 points. Yeah, opponent has 6 points. They have 5 cards in hand, actually. A lot of cards to work with. We might get to the point where we can cast or play these Rosses for free. That would be very good for us. The Rosses currently are 3 each. If the opponent has a Void Seeker, we kind of just get cooked. Opponent plays a Flame Chompers here and untaps 2. Oh boy. Okay, it's ready. This is probably a loss here, but let's. The only way we can win, I think, is to actually get this to work. We can also go for the Chompers here by using Fight or Flight. Let's go ahead and go for this Merchant. Get a point, trigger. Let's go ahead and discard a Teemo and draw. Oh my gosh, we're drawing everything in not the right order here. So these Rosses cost 2 apiece, which is mostly inexpensive. So opponent could play out another Jinx. We need to have something for that. Opponent, okay, we have 4. We can play 4. So if we play 2 Rosses to base, we will have 5 left. We can still play everything out. Okay, so we're going to play 1 Rasa here. I'm gonna play another Rasa here. So now we have how many? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and play this Merchant here. We'll just play the Rasa 2 here to the Zon Warrens, actually, just to make sure they don't conquer there. We're gonna go and play a Consult to this Zon Warrens and pass the turn back to the opponent. Yeah, we need to try and take that back. Or take that from the opponent next turn, which is totally possible. We do have a Fight or Flight and another Consult here. We'll be going to 9. Biggest problem is we've sighted out our Thousand-Tailed Watcher. Okay, Draven 10. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yeah, that works. And they are playing a hidden. Oh, that's a fight. That has to be a Fight or Flight. Let's go and ready. We have 3rd point here. Oh boy. So this is 4 and this is 3, right? Let's go and start with a Consult. Draw 2. We can actually Fight or Flight the Draven. Okay, if we Fight or Flight the Draven and then Singularity these 2. This is 10. Oh my god, 10. 10. I'm gonna go ahead and Singularity these 2. Let's start here because they can't play around Fight or Flight like that. So if their card is a Fight or Flight, then now we use our Fight or Flight, right? And then they can't. Their Fight or Flight doesn't matter here. Yep. So they all Fight or Flight. Very good. Now we need to consider how we want to proceed because we have, what do we have? We can start with this Traveling Merchant. Go to the Zon Warrens. We'll trigger. We'll go ahead and discard this Ravenbloom Student to draw. And we'll get 1 point and then trigger Zon Warrens again. We'll go ahead and discard this Gust to draw. a card. Ooh, we've drawn Fight or Flight. Fascinating. I think we just throw everything onto this battlefield. No, we can throw one Rasa here. And then we'll have one on each. Okay, let's go ahead and put a Rasa here. And we have 13, so this Rasa is also free. I think. So we can put the Rasa here because that board is a little more self-sufficient. Oops. Go ahead and put the Rasa here, and we will put a Fight or Flight here, and we will put a Consult on this side and pass the turn. Okay, we are not stable whatsoever. But we probably should have put this Rasa here because they need to input cards. This was a mistake, but here we are. Oh boy. Opponent is paying 6 for... Oh, okay. Kaisa and Vi. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll draw here. Okay, Smokescreen is a good card to have, I think. Here. That Russ is kind of stuck there. We'll go ahead and draw 2. Okay, this Rebuke is very, 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 very good here. We're gonna go ahead and hide this Teemo here. We're gonna play this Ravenbloom student to this board. And I think we've locked it in. Wow. Is that... Okay, go ahead and pass the turn to the opponent. That might lock it in. Oh, this is at 2. That's right. Okay. So we have a Fight or Flight and a Rebuke and a Teemo. Opponent will play Void Seeker here, targeting student. I think. Fight or Flight, Teemo. Can't really save this. Yes. Okay. It'll go. Opponent will draw 3 in hand and 5 runes remaining. I don't think they can beat this. It's totally possible though. I would like to see how. Learning is very important. We can play both of these. We have 4 runes. Yeah, okay. Four. That is 4. Accelerated Jinx. Okay. And that is a huge... yeah. Yep. 17, yep. Yeah, I got something. Let's go with Rebuke on if they live, what do I want in their hand? And what do I want on board? I want this Vi on board. So let's go ahead and rebuke that, and we'll go ahead and flip the Vi here. And we'll have a smoke for this Vi. Whew. Those games were insane. Teemo has hands, I guess. This is kind of crazy. Very interesting. These Russes are very strong sometimes. Oh my goodness, we came back from just about nothing to everything. Those are some good games. If you guys have any suggestions for the deck, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.